Well, hello there, Peter Croker here, and here we are with a question: when to play what shot from around the green? And here I have a shot where my ball's just a little bit off the green, and this is where I probably would decide if the grass, what we call the frog here, or the apron is fairly closely mown. I'd probably want to putt from here because I got a higher percentage of getting it close with a putter when I learn to practice this a little bit. If the ball's a little bit further off the green, and this one here is a bit thicker grass, it's a bit harder putting through the thicker grass, I might be more inclined to look at a chip and run shot. And if the ball's a little further back here, I'm definitely going to be between a chip and a pitch. Definitely from down behind the bunker, I'll be playing more of a pitch shot. So let me demonstrate the different shots. Firstly, with a putt from just off the green, what you really need to do is a little bit of practice. You work out how it affects the speed, but it'll be a lot slower. You have to hit a little bit harder when you're just off the green like this, and as if this were a putting surface normal. So looking at it, I can see that I've got to allow the slope. I'd get a feel with a practice stroke for how hard I need to hit. Yeah, a little bit more practice needed there with the putter, but that's the idea. It's within 2 putt up and down range. Now, when the ball's a little bit further off the green and I've got the longer grass, here I'm going to use a chip and run shot. So with a chip and run shot, a chip shot by definition, there's no wrist hinge going back, and it just finishes there. It's a very abbreviated small stroke with a lofted club, such as I've got an 8-iron here. Chip and run. Again, didn't allow enough for the slope, but the idea is there. So when I get further away from the green, now I'm starting to go away from the chip shot, and I get more or less into the pitch. So pitch shot, I'm going to land it safely on the green. And now it starts to involve a little bit of wrist hinge going back. That helps me get the more power, a little bit more descending blow on the ball. So it's just a little pitch shot. As I get further around the corner here, if we move down here, definitely it now gets to a case of whether I'd use what I've got here is a gap wedge of 52 degree. I'm in between here, 52 or 56. But let me see, I just want to land the ball safely on the green. Definitely a little right to left. And definitely a pitch shot. Okay, now when we get a little further around, just like down here, I'd have to give away the 52 degree, and this is where I go to. I've got a lob wedge here, a 60 degree wedge, and now I want to land it safely on the green, so I'll give myself about 10 feet over the bunker, and then I think that a lob wedge landing here, landing in that spot, will roll out to the hole. But definitely a pitch shot has more air time and less roll time, where a chip and run has more ground rolling time and less in the air. So here's the pitch shot with a lob wedge. Lands pretty softly, a little bit to the right, but safely on the green within 1 putt range. So that's what you do, is around the green, just by trial and error to practice, you work out what clubs to select. But there's a time when you're just off the edge to use the putter, a little bit further off, chip and run. When you get further away, you have to play the pitch shot with more lofted clubs.